Hey, Carp Anglers, James Sanders here. Slow, man.
Thomas Pearson. Sorry, I was looking something up.
And Daniel Irish from American Banx. How you guys doing tonight?
How you guys doing out there? How's your guys' week?
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Be a lot better when it gets warmer.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going down Monday through Wednesday to start looking at some spots for this year, and
Talk closer.
I guess I'm gonna go down Monday, start looking at some spots for this year, and kind of throw some bait in the water.
Oh,
down
Dale
there.
Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
It sounded like we're gonna be pretty packed this year, so
Yep.
I'm pretty excited for that.
Yep.
They do a great job, though.
Huh?
I mean, a lot of big fish gets caught off
Yeah, I'm
off their charter. And I know you know
I'm
firsthand. I hope to get down there this year.
Hell yeah.
It's been a few years since I've been to Del Hollow.
Yeah, I just like, honestly, I just like seeing other people catch the fish, watching other people rate their PBs.
Yeah.
The smile on their face when, you know, that fish finally goes in the net and then they start to pick it up. That, I don't know, there's no other feeling that's better than that for me.
Well, congratulations, me guys. I just had well, I didn't have it. My daughter did. I got a new grandson.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, congratulations, Grandpa.
Thank you.
What's his name?
Henry Oliver Phillips.
There you go, Henry Oliver.
Congratulations, though.
It's her PB. It's her personal
Your
best.
cigar.
Her
Congrats.
PB.
Yeah, it's her PB, first PB, 8.2. So, but that's not too bad. But yeah, I can't wait till it starts warming up.
I like that.
So, well, if you
All
guys don't got
right.
anything, let's get Raphael on.
Yeah, let's get him in
New
here.
York.
I've been excited for this one.
How you doing?
Good, how are you doing, brother?
Pretty good, pretty good. I mean, we are seeing in the photo on here, but pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
So you're up there in New York, correct?
I am in Long Island.
Long Island.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't Island yet. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, so I don't think so. So it's definitely pretty cold up there, huh? It's
It is. Right now we have the snow,
Okay.
which is kind of unusual because the previous year was little bit warmer than that. This year the winter is pretty tough, you know. So
Yeah.
pretty cold right now.
yeah.
So no fishing?
For now, I think I might have to go fishing, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
I said, I became older, a little bit slowly and slowly, so when I was 20, I would have loved to go fishing whatever the weather is,
nice.
and a little bit older, so I think I will wait a second.
Oh, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all.
So, you get a lot of ice there? So is it cold there normally a lot?
Not really, in fact, I mean, this year I knew that one of the big lakes next to us is frozen, but the previous year was not frozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So, Raphael, for some of the anglers out there don't know too much about you, why don't you talk about yourself a little bit and how long you've been carp fishing and
So,
yeah.
I was born and raised in France.
Oh, okay.
I'm 45 years old. I started carp fishing when I was 12. So what happens is that I love fishing because my dad loved fishing, because he the virus, you know.
All right.
And he was not interested by carp. So it's really a fish that for my dad was absolutely not interesting. And one day I was with my grandpa, I was 12 years old, and I was looking for what we call French perch, which is the equivalent of the perch, right? And it was impossible to catch anything, so I put a worm on my hook. I cast in front of me in the different section of the river, and I caught my first carp that I lost, by the way. I brought it to the shore, and I was too excited, so I tried to pull it out by strength, you know, and fish the hook himself. And since this day, I said, okay, so I found my fish, and I'm now fishing for carp for 33 years, you know.
Wow.
So
So,
pretty expensive.
so it was really just that one,
It's
that first fish, you know, that
The
gets
virus.
you.
Yeah.
The virus.
Yeah, because I remember it was a small little carp, I would say maybe, I don't know, 8 pounds, 8 pounds, I don't know, something like that. But when you're afraid you're 12 years old and all fish that you catch are pretty much 10 inches long, means that you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And because I lost it on top of it. I saw it perfectly. I remember it like it was yesterday. I lost it in front of me. The end was outside of the water. I tried to pull it by strength. And when I lost it, I said, wow. There's something else that exists in the river. It's transmission. Because I start to look at it and anticipate like it can be. So, you know, at the time, 30 years ago, you only had some magazines where you were not really talking about carp because people in Europe didn't like carp. So, kind of like in America. So, the beginning of carp fishing, you know. When I start to see what carp can become, I say to myself, whoa, what are we talking about, you know? And, I mean, now 45 years and nothing has changed.
Yeah, I think one of the coolest things to hear, you know, from all the different anglers that we get to talk to is it's that first carp, that first fight that really, as soon as they feel what that fish can be, or like in your case, you know, even if somebody doesn't land that fish and then it's, whoa, what was that fish?
Yeah.
They're hooked immediately, and
Yeah,
it
he
seems
was
like
very
they
at
gravitate
12 or 13, he was very into
right, yeah.
Hey, you know, Dad says we're here for this, but this is in here too.
Right, what did I just hook into this river?
That other
such
fish,
a
that
monster.
other fish didn't fight like that.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure if this Bentley guy is messing with us or anything, but he says there's a huge echo, fellas. Is that Bentley Bang phone? I think he's playing with us. I know this guy. I know this guy.
He's got me moving my dials.
Yeah.
So, you know, you said you're from France. What was, you know, growing up in France carp fishing like? You know, you said they were kind of seen as a little bit of a nuisance fish like they are now. So did you get to actually see the full turn from the fish being seen as a trash fish to kind of seen as a game fish?
So what happens is that the catch and release concept was not something very popular, you know. People used to go fishing to eat whatever they catch, you know what I mean?
Right,
Whatever they caught.
Yeah.
So when I was 12 years old, you don't really realize because, I mean, you go fishing with your dad, with your grandpa, whenever they decide that they go fishing on Saturday or Sunday morning, you know what I mean?
Right.
You're not like, as an adult, what you can do. So at that time, carp fishing was not very popular, but was the very beginning because it was 1992 in France. It's where some places started to become very famous, like Saint-Cassien, like Lac de la Forêt d'Orient, which are two places that started to offer real carp specimen, you know, very big fish, over 30 kilos, which was a concept very, very new, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And me as a kid, I was not really aware of that. I just discovered this fish. It was super cool. My grandpa did buy a couple of fishing magazines for me, so I was looking at whatever they were talking about for carp, you know?
Right.
Then when I became 16, so between 12 and 16, I went fishing a couple of times. I caught a couple of carps, small guys. And when I was 16, I went fishing in Saint-Cassien. So Saint-Cassien, in the carp fishing history, in the specimen hunting, I think is the most important lake. It's really the place where the average of the fish was different, where you have all the big names that started to appear. It's Saint-Cassien is very, very big. We call it La Mecque. You know, La Mecque is the place where every carpangler has to go one time in his life,
Right.
because it's where the specimen hunting really started.
Okay.
So I fished in Saint-Cassien when I was 16. I had so first I went to buy my fishing license, and when I bought my fishing license, it was in a bar. You know, there's a bar next to the lake. The lake is kind of 1,500 acres or something like that. I don't know exactly. Or
Right.
between 1,000 and 1,500. And in this lake, the guy sold the fishing license and stuff. And on the walls, he have the picture of every fish. And every fish has a name, you know?
Right.
And when you used to fish for carp that are between 10 and 20 pounds, and now you see fish that are between 60 and 70 pounds, wow!
Right.
Wow!
I've
So,
seen-
I saw that.
pictures.
And it's the beginning of something. I said to myself, I want to write a page of carp fishing history. I want to catch the biggest fish in the world. I want touch what nobody never touched before, catch the fish that nobody was able to catch before, you know.
Yeah.
And when I became 19, where now I was really way more in the carp fishing spirit, reading every magazines I could, stuff like that. When I got my driver license, that's when I was 19, I said to myself, okay, I give myself a chance, you know. So I started my life as a, like everyone, to try to make your living, you know. And I started to fish a lot, really a lot, you know.
Yes.
And when I was 21, I did participate to a, how you call it, a contest in a magazine where everyone has the right to write an article, send your article to the magazine, and if your article get picked up, then you make some cash, you know. And what happened is I sent one article about a special trip that I had on the Salagoose Lake. The Salagoose Lake is we call it the Devil Lake because it's very extreme, you know. A lot of wind, there's old volcano in the middle of the lake,
Oh, wow.
a lot of mussels everywhere. It's really hardcore, a hardcore lake, you know. And I caught some fish and I lost my car inside. It was a long story because it was raining, the fish went, the lake went up within a night, so my car finished inside of the water. A long story.
Oh.
I wrote a story about that. I sent it to the magazine, and 3 months after, I didn't have any news, so I decided to give a call. And I say, hi guys, I'm Raphael, I sent you that. Did you have the opportunity to look at my article? And the guy told me, oh, we were going to contact you, you won, we love what you wrote, very well. I say, okay, and from there, I had a very good feeling with the guy, and we start talking about fishing in the sea fishing, a lot of different stuff, and he found out that I'm fishing for a lot of different species, and he opens the door to many magazines.
Oh, wow.
So now, so now I'm able to make my living from fishing.
Right.
Heck yeah.
So
Yeah.
I made a choice, which was to write in 3 different magazines in France and several other magazines in Europe, to make my money like that,
Mm-hmm.
and to spend my life to go fishing. So from 21 to 26, I did spend as an average 250 days and nights fishing for carp, looking for the biggest carp possible. I did that. I did learn a lot of stuff. I had the pleasure to meet with some incredible fish. And later on, my life did change a little bit, and I did find some places that are incredible. And now I started to catch some really huge fish.
Mm-hmm.
I caught the goldfish that I had, that at that time was a world record
Yeah.
for
That's a
carp
beautiful
fishing with
fish.
modern
Yeah.
techniques.
I've
Then
been seeing that picture.
year
How old
after-
is that picture?
Say it again?
How old is that picture? How long ago did you catch the orange one?
I caught this fish in 2008.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say I can remember doing a little report on carp in high school, and I was in high school in 2010, 2014, and I remember Google Images for carp, and that fish popped up, and so ever since then that one fish has been burned into my brain. So this is kind of a cool full circle moment for me a little bit.
Yeah.
You want I tell you the truth? Since these days, this fish is in my brain too.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine.
Have you been back to try to catch it?
No. So what? It's a crazy story. So this fish came from Carcès Lake. Okay, the name is Carcès. It's in south of France.
Okay.
And today, Carcès is a lake that does create a lot of fish above 30 kilos, and they create one fish above 40 kilos.
Wow.
So that's unique. Mirror carp, 40 kilos, very first one caught in France. And what happened is very funny because you didn't have the right to have a boat to fish this lake. You know, you have to fish from the shore. There is some regulations or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, okay, I took my mat, fishing mat, to protect the fish. I went, I lie down on the mat, and I take my rig with me in a bucket, you know, with some baits. And I cross the lake, so I swim in the lake. I swim. I would put my lines, I do all my stuff, you know. And then I come back, and on the way back, when I'm kind of 20 yards from the shore, I see my rod, I get a run, right? So I tell my friend, please take the rod. My friends take the rod, start fighting the fish. I finish to swim, I arrive on the shore, and I say to my friend, continue to fight, it's okay. And my friend told me, no, take back your rod. Because usually when you take the rod from someone else, you unhook the fish, you know.
Right, yeah.
Carpenter
there's
you
already-
are a little bit weird, you know what I mean?
Then take that.
Mhm.
So I took back the rod and I start fighting. And then there's two guys who come to talk to us that came from Netherlands. And we talk to the guys and they tell us that they come to fish this lake for many years now. Because one time on the mountain in front, from the top of the mountain, they saw a goldfish enormous at the surface. And they come every year in France, twice a year, for 2 weeks, to try to catch this koi carp. And I told them, oh, okay, I don't know what
Wow.
they were talking about. I didn't really care, to be honest. And I fight the fish, and then when the fish arrived in front of the net, that was the goldfish. So we put it in the net, and that's the story, you know.
And what was
Wow.
the actual weight of that fish?
30 pounds.
30 pounds.
Wow, that's
Wow,
good.
that's insane. I mean, what are the odds that that two guys that come to fish there for years and years and
Spend
years,
all that money and
and they
time,
never-
vacation away from, possibly away from family and
right,
everything
from
too.
making
searching for that.
sacrifices,
Yeah.
searching for that one fish,
Yeah.
for them to come up and just say, "Yeah, I see. You're fighting a fish. You got to run. Here's what we're after. We're after this mythical fish that we see." And
Mystical fish.
for it to
At least
be
it
on
was a
the
true
end of
story,
your
you know what I
life.
mean? I can
Yes,
say
that's
that there's
very
really a
cool.
goldfish in the lake.
That's fun.
I mean, that's
yeah.
a once in a lifetime story right there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
So
just think
then
about
from
them
that,
guys telling that story, that same story though.
Right.
Like, yeah, we came up on this dude, bro. We've been coming here for 5 years. You guys know it. You know what I mean? That's why I never at the family reunion.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's why I missed your birthday, because I'm after this
'cause
fish.
I'm after this fish, and I mean, at least they got to see it can be caught though.
Yeah, I
at
think
least
that's-
it was no longer really a myth.
Right,
You
yeah,
know
it
what
was
I
like
mean?
something that, they're meant to be there to see it be caught.
So I don't know about you guys. I don't talk to a French person too much.
No, I don't.
No, this is the
either.
first. Matter of fact, congratulations, my first French person I'm talking to. But anyway, so how much is a fishing license down in France?
so the reglement. So what happens is that it's department per department, right? Each department have its own fishing license, a little bit like in the US you have it, but by states. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
So what happens is you either or you take the fishing license for the department,
Yeah.
or you take it from a group of departments which create an association of departments,
Which could cost.
or you take
more
it for
money,
the
yes,
half
you
country or the full country. You know,
Okay.
Okay.
pretty much that. And if you take everything together, every department with every right to blah blah, right now it's probably 100, 110 euros, 125 bucks,
Okay, yeah.
pretty much. I would
Which, I
say.
mean, with all the departments and everything, that's really not bad.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I kind of wish the United States offered something like that with like a Midwest
Like
or
you
like
could
a
pick,
South.
like you could pick like Indiana, Tennessee,
Oh, okay.
Connecticut. Right.
New York. Because
Let me get like a
already gonna be
5-state bundle.
Yeah, you're
because-
going. This is the 5 places that you've already got time already ready
Mhm.
to go for 2 days, whatever it may be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really like that system that they do, where you
Yeah.
can, you can bundle different regions at different.
Well, you
waters.
can accumulate them, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that. How long you lived in the United States?
So I arrived in the US in 2014. So
Okay.
now I'm here for 10 years.
Nice.
I'm very proud to say that I'm a US citizen. So it's now my country as well. And
Heck yeah.
and yes, cool, very cool.
So here recently, I think you just you joined a team with Carpanglers.com.
Correct.
So how's it like working with them, or being a member with them as a teammate?
I will tell you, I'm super happy with that because here is the story. So I was fishing for Normac Group, right? So
Okay.
Normac Group in Europe
Yeah.
has a lot of big brands. Okay, like Raphael, all those brands
Mhm.
belongs to this group. It's an umbrella. So when my contract reached its ends, I was in discussion with several big brands that are in Europe, and then Lee contacted me, and I had a discussion with him, and he told me, Raphael, we'll be super happy if you can join Carpangler. And I told him, I will be honest with you, I will be super happy to do that because I'm now American.
Yeah.
I obviously did some stuff in the carp fishing world, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I will be super happy to be a part of carp fishing in the US,
Right.
to try to bring whatever I can. And I see in carpangler.com a real good initiative. It's not just a business making money.
Right.
It's bringing to the carp fishing world in the US another something that generates more people, provides to the people the stuff
Absolutely.
that you need. It creates
Yeah.
more activity around carp fishing. And on top of it, the boss of carpangler.com is someone who takes it very seriously,
Yes,
really
sir.
wants to do things the right way. And I see here a beautiful opportunity for the carp anglers in the US, for myself, for carp fishing in the US in general. And I say to myself, okay, do I go to a very well-known brand which is in Europe, which I have done for the last 25 years, and I will have plenty of fishing stuff, and okay, very cool, but I already have a lot of fishing stuff? Or do I try to participate
Right.
to something that might bring a small something in the US for this new world that is carp fishing? And I say, yeah, that's what I want to do, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
I think it was the
definitely
right things.
it's definitely a very cool culture, you know, that they're building over there at Carpangler. They got
Yeah.
you know a bunch of bangers over there.
I mean, he came in and he saw the opportunity and he seized on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know,
he's
and like you said,
building
he's
a
really
team.
genuine too. You know, he does help a lot of people out.
yeah.
I've heard a lot of different stories about people just sending him something that they didn't even buy it from him, and he's fixing it, and
Right.
Oh yeah.
sending
he'll
it
do
back.
that.
You know what I mean, and all
Mhm.
that. So
Do you get into tournaments?
Say it again.
Do you get into any kind of tournaments?
So I fished a couple of times. I did one time the Head French tournament, right, on the
Okay.
Seneca River,
Ball-
upstate. I did participate twice on the tournament on the Connecticut River. I'm not really so that's the story.
Yeah.
I'm not really a tournament guy, but it's pretty cool because in reality you go fishing, there's nobody around of you, you do
Yeah.
your stuff, and it's cool, you know. I'm more a specimen hunter. It's kind of a different mentality.
Right.
I'm not. I have a big difficulty to be in competition against someone.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
besides yourself,
in my mentality when you go fishing, and I have been in competition with myself a lot because I try to catch the biggest fish in the world, and
Right.
and I gave a lot for that. You know, I gave everything I had, all my
Right.
wishes, everything I had. So, but I cannot be in competition against you when we go fishing. It's a nonsense. It's against what I believe. What I believe
I
is
can understand that.
do the best you can, right?
Right.
Do your best. When you go back home, you have to be able to say to yourself, there is nothing else I was able to do. Then when you have done that, you don't care about what the people are doing around of you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Absolutely.
You did your best.
yeah, for sure.
I've never heard that perspective before, but I understand it, and actually, you know, it resonates with me quite a lot. I like that because I myself, I don't fish a lot of tournaments. I do like the competition, but I am more of a specimen angler, I would say, as opposed to a tournament angler.
Yeah.
So I do. I understand where that comes from. Where it's more of you against yourself out there, where you are making
Yeah.
those sacrifices, and you are just trying to get that one fish, as opposed to you know, when I am in the tournaments, you know, I'm like, okay, come on, we need the bites. You know, how are we
Yeah.
gonna set this swim up to get as many fish in here as possible, rather than I want that big mom, and that's the only one that I want.
Right.
See, I
Well,
think, I
wait,
think it's
uh,
both
it's-
for me.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I haven't done enough
Just
tournament
because
fishing.
I love tournaments,
Right.
you know, there's just an adrenaline that's
Mhm.
it's really unmatched.
Right,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's like somebody driving a NASCAR or something. You know,
Mhm.
they got that adrenaline.
I think what me.
But you know,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
there is no real judgment about that. It's like the guy who like to fish for predator, like
Right.
a bass or a pike, or you know, we're all kind of different. Everything is respectable as long as you respect the people around of you.
Mhm.
Right.
I think so. After it's really where do you find yourself? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
agree.
everything is respectable in reality. It's just who you are, what you do, because it matches with you. You know.
Hmm. That's one of my favorite things about, you know, the community, is how you won't find two people that do something exactly the same.
No.
Every single person is doing
Yeah.
something different, and I always love to, you know, talk
And
to
we're
the
all
people,
using the
find
same
out.
things though.
Right. It's you know,
Yeah,
it's so
somewhat.
weird. We're all doing different stuff, but we're doing the same thing. Yeah, like you said.
Yeah, you
It's
know.
pretty silly.
What's your personal best, your biggest
Oh.
carp in the United States?
So so in the US, my biggest carp is I don't even remember 54.8,
Whoa.
50
something like
okay.
that. My biggest common carp in
In the
the
United States,
United States 54.8,
54.8. Where was that
Yeah.
caught at?
New Jersey.
Oh, jeez, we're moving to New Jersey.
Right. I was
10
just-
years ago.
We're just taking a
10 years
podcast
ago.
from New Jersey.
He said 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, that I caught another fish that is probably around. So that's the story. My biggest common carp is 64 something. I know in kilos. You know, in kilos it's easy. In pound I
Okay,
don't know
gotcha.
all the time.
Right.
It's 29.4 kilos. I caught it in Sarulesti in Romania, which was at that time a revolution in carp fishing. It's the only place that was able to provide some common carps that were big, round like that. Then for the mirror carp, my personal best is 78.2.
70.
Yeah, 78.2 in 2009. So when I caught this fish, I called it Nautilus,
Right.
like the Captain Nemo submarine. And when I caught this fish, it was the second biggest mirror carp ever caught in the world in a public water. There is
Right.
another one that was a little bit bigger, but in a private lake. And the previous fish was caught by Marcel Rouvière in 1981 in the Yonne River.
Okay.
So when I caught my fish, the only fish that was bigger than that was killed 28 years before. You know?
So,
So
was
yeah,
that a- was that a record
78.2
fish?
in 2009. Well, cool. Okay, it's cool.
Was that a record?
It was the second biggest mirror carp ever caught in the world.
Wow. Nice.
For those of
Yeah.
you in the chat, that 29.4 kilo carp, if my calculations are correct, is going to be around 63 pounds and 15 ounces, around there, I think.
Okay, then that's what it is.
So I'll take it.
So the story is that from there, I have a great collection of fish that are above 55 pounds, you know.
Right.
Right.
And when I was, I don't know, 28, something like that, 29, when I caught the 20th fish that was above 24 kilos, so I don't know how much is 24 kilos. 24 kilos is 24 times 2. 24 times 2 makes 48. 48 plus 48. It's what, 53 pounds? Something like that?
52.
52.
Is it
52? Okay, so
Yes,
when I
52
caught my
pounds.
20th fish that was above 52,
52? I ain't guessing.
I decided to don't weight my fish anymore, you know,
Right.
Right.
because it's a fish that is 51, 52, 50, 53. In reality, right, it's
Okay.
doesn't change much unless it's 75, which now it's it's a different world. And
Wow.
when I came in the US, the very first carp I caught in America was the 54.8.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, it's the very first fish, very first bite.
Wow.
And I felt, you know, and I will tell you, it's very funny because I'm a superstitious guy a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to myself, fuck that, dude. I come to the US, my very first bite, it's just probably the biggest carp I'm going to catch in the US anyway. you know?
Right.
And I say, I don't know what it means. It means something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
believe in these kind of things. I say, if you catch a fish like that at your very first cast, then there is a message,
Right.
you know? Then from there, I never weighted any of the carp that I caught in the US. I do believe that I have another fish that is probably around the 50s.
Right.
And that's pretty much what it is.
Do you still write for magazines? Still? Too?
I used to write for a lot of magazines, yeah.
Do you still?
Not really. I mean, with all the social medias and stuff like that, you know,
Mhm.
the magazines on paper, they lost the impact that they used to have. I
Yeah,
would say that like
right.
that. So, but last year I wrote for 2 magazines in France, and I made one interview for another one. One interview, sorry, I don't know pronunciation, time to time interview. And that's it. Otherwise, most of the time, it's more publication on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, movies on YouTube, stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Now, when you write for magazines, I'm not trying to get into your business or anything. Do they pay you for that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens is, in beginning of the 2000s, I mean, the money was kind of, how can I say, $120 per page. I will say something like that.
Nice.
Okay.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
right? So a page is 3,000 words plus 1 to 3 pictures, pretty much. So it was good. When I was in my 20s, it was good. It was way enough to pay for my rent, my car, my gas, my food, my insurance, my whatever.
Wow.
That's good.
That after, when internet started to come,
Yeah.
when carp fishing started to grow,
Mm-hmm.
you started to have many magazines now. So the prices went down a little bit everywhere.
Right.
And now instead of being paid by page, you started to be paid by article. But at the end of the story, you lose every time. It's pretty much the story,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And that's it. And it reached a point where I will believe that 2008, 9, 10, it became difficult to be able to really live
Yeah.
just by writing articles because the prices were way lower. You know what I mean?
Well,
Not as interesting
nobody
as
reading
what it
books
used
like
to be.
that no more, and nobody really buying magazines like that.
Right. Yeah.
Everything was at their fingertips, so it cut it down, so it made it not worth it.
Yeah. And it sounds like it just got so saturated. You
Yeah.
know, that everybody wanted,
Yeah.
you know, to write carp articles. Everybody wanted to have a carp magazine, especially, you know, as it
Yeah.
blew up in Europe.
But
Sam
can you
Williams asked.
who we went? Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Okay. Sam Williams was just said, "What made you fish Central Park? That's where I first saw you."
That's a good question. Why did I went to fish Central Park? What kind of idea I had here? Because on top of it, to go to Central Park is absolutely nice. It's absolutely not nice, you know. It's
Yeah,
something is, you know. Why did I have this idea? I think I spoke to a guy who told me that he saw some carp in one of the lakes, and I went fishing, and I fished the wrong lake.
Oh no.
And the lake that I fished is infested with how you call them?
Bluegill?
Yeah, bluegills.
Bluegills.
But
Gotcha.
to a point that wherever you fish, you catch one. You know, you put 2
Yeah.
pieces of corn, you throw it in the water, 1, 2, 3, boom, you have one.
Yes,
It never
sir.
stopped, never stopped. And I said to myself, oh my
definitely
God, I kept
bluegill.
to fish for carp, and I spend my day feeding the fish with my corn. You know what I mean? I say, okay, Central Park is beautiful anyway, so cool. And because I did that, and because I made a mistake, I say, okay, go back the next time to a different lake. And I went to the different lake, and yeah, there's a lot of carp inside.
Nice.
Well, it's cool. It's cool. Just the problem, you saw the boat, and the boat is really a pain in the neck. You know,
Yeah.
it's really a problem because it's only tourists. People are not super friendly
Yeah.
because first they work on your stuff. They don't care. They want the pictures. They don't care about you.
Right.
The boats, they come, they touch the tip of your rods. It's a little bit special, you know. But at the same time, well, if you don't want that, you don't go fishing in New York, you know.
Right.
Right. So it's
But there's
okay.
some
It's
pigs
Central
in
Park.
New York, though. There's some big fish in New York.
I got a question. Since you fished in France and all that before, what is something that you like to see different in the United States change of carp fishing that you like to see
That's
more, or whatever?
It's a good question. It's a good question because in reality, France and the US cannot be compared at all.
Right.
It's a completely different world. To give you an example, in France, so far, the last time I got the numbers, we were approximately 400,000 carpanglers, right? 400,000 carpanglers in a country which is a little bit bigger than New York State,
Right.
right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
one time I had a discussion with someone here in the US that was very into carp fishing and in the Fishing Federation, and he told me that they estimate that there is maybe 50,000 carp anglers in the US, the whole country.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So the second stuff is what's going on in the US right now is pretty much what happened in France 35 years ago, kind
Okay.
of. Right? So, I mean, every lake in France, you know the fish, they have the names, everything. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Here in the US, that doesn't really exist.
No.
There is few places where everyone goes, of course, but otherwise, it's completely different. So it's difficult to compare because it's two worlds that are.
Gotcha.
Well,
That makes sense. Makes sense.
but I do believe that that's the story. Imagine that now. What I believe is that most of the very big fish will come from very small lakes, right?
Okay.
That's the way it works. And I will tell you why. Because I can believe that the Hudson River, for example, hide a fish that is above 60 pounds. Why not? I think you can fish 250 lives on the Hudson River, you will never catch it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
There is no reason for a fish to don't become very big when there is enough space, enough food, not enough competition, when everything goes together. So a lake, which is a 10-acre lake, can provide all of that to a fish without problem. It's not an aquarium, it's a lake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in reality, it will go way faster to find this fish in a very small place than in a huge place. Which it's not 100% true in reality because the fish can move very fast, whatever. But as an average, it goes faster to reach a goal in a small place than in a big place.
Right.
So there is, for sure, in the US, many places like that with fishes that are very big. There is an example. I think that last year everyone have seen this picture of this kid with this mirror carp absolutely enormous in his arms like that, with the big scale caught in the US that was estimated at between 30 and 34 kilos, right?
Yeah.
These fish come from a place which is what, 4 acres, 5 acres? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And in this lake, there is a couple of other fish that are above 40s, the 40s. You know? Because it's the way it works in general. So, because the carp angler population here is pretty small, because a lot of people never really use the technique to go fishing with 200 pounds of bodies per week, blah, blah, blah. It's a complete different world.
Right.
Because all of that is not in place, you don't have any idea of what is the real potential of the water around of you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, my problem, what I would love to see in the US is, so America is a business, pretty much, way more than other countries. It's the way America works.
Right.
Right.
So, the magazines, they go where the money is. It's better to invest on bow and arrows because that's what generates money. That's where Cabela's and all of that make advertisement in your magazine. So that's where you take the money, right?
Right.
Right.
If tomorrow all those big magazines just open 2 pages in each magazine about carp fishing, I guarantee you that everything will explode.
Yeah.
Because when a kid that is 12 years old, like I was, will understand that 10 miles away from his house, he can catch fish that are between 10 and 20 pounds without doing anything absolutely crazy. And when you understand that the fish is not a trash fish, it's an animal and it's super respectable and there is a lot of fun, and then when that will start to be in place, then we will really discover what America is.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that we are going to see the same stuff that happened in Europe. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what is missing.
I like that.
What is missing here is the promotion of carp fishing by Field and Stream, these kind of magazines
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't even want to hear about that, when in reality, they just have to open 2 pages in each magazine, and I guarantee you that you will have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of carp anglers that are going to born everywhere.
I agree.
You know?
That's why I kind of like the way you started.
agree,
Why
yeah.
we started the show.
Yeah.
You know, me and them years ago.
Yeah.
Is to talk about carp fishing and to make sure that we can continue to, you know, bring new information to the table from different anglers from
Yeah.
everywhere.
Do they even have bass angler magazines anymore?
I mean, I'm sure they do because you go to the grocery store. They still got you'll still see some
Or
fishing.
fisherman
You'll see a couple
magazine.
there's
Yeah.
a couple fishing magazines. They still got the lowrider magazines.
Well,
Yeah,
and all
I
that.
remember they used to
got-
have the Indiana one or whatever, and they'd have pictures of people sitting in the back, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, if they still
Oh,
do
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
we
they
need
did,
to
didn't they? I remember
start
that.
sending in carp.
Besides the biggest fish in the world, are you targeting any other fish right now? Like, what's your main target
So-
of fish right now that you're trying to get?
I will be very honest with you. So I dreamed about this fish my whole life. I gave everything I had to have an access to that. And it's very weird because when I caught this fish, I put it in a sack. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. And I say, okay, what do I do now? And I want to prove something official because we talk now about something that in the US doesn't matter too much, but in Europe, carp fishing is big, really big.
Right.
And I say, okay, I'm going to call the cops, and in France, we have 2 kinds of cops. You have the cops that works for the government and the cops that works for the army. So I call the cops and I say, guys, I caught a fish like that. Do you mind if you pass by just to stop, to look at it and to write a paper to say that you saw that? And the cop told me, listen, dude, we don't have time for that. Okay. And then 20 minutes after, the car came, parked next to us. And the guy saw the fish and he weighted the fish himself. He did everything himself. And he told me, come to the police station. And when you will pass by, I will write for you a page who states how much the fish weighted, the size, everything, So he gave me this paper from the government, stamped by the government, who states what the cops saw. And when that happened, I thought I will be the happiest guy in the world, and in reality, it's the exact opposite that happened because I was looking for this fish my whole adult life, from more than that, from my 12 years old to my 29, and now there is no target anymore.
Right.
Biggest fish in the world is here in front of me, there's nothing else, is finished, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I say to myself, what's next? Really, what's next? Because in terms of challenge, I had the happiness to catch really a lot of very big fish,
Right.
Especially at that time, it's not like now. Now you have private lakes everywhere. To see a fish that is big, it's not something special. But at that time, that didn't exist. It was really from. I never fished a pay lake in my life. Everything was from public waters and unknown. And I say, okay, the next step for me is to write my book. So I wrote my book because there's nothing else than that. And since this day, I don't really care anymore. I don't really have. Of course, I want to catch big fish because, the concept by itself is super cool.
Right.
But I don't have any specific target or no. I went fishing a little bit upstate. I caught a lot of beautiful mirror carp.
Nice.
They are not, all of them are not very big, but how beautiful they are. You know what I mean? It
Right. Yeah.
means everything,
Yeah.
So there is no target anymore. Fishing with people that I like, because after all, I fished for many years in competition with myself to try to catch the biggest fish possible, and spending time with a friend fishing for carp is
I like
fucking cool. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
You're good.
Pardon my French. Excuse my French.
that. Oh, you're good.
So, yeah, fishing with someone that you like, having good times, catching some nice fish, and well, it's cool. It's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool. I think that by itself is already a beautiful target. You know what I mean?
Have you ever caught a buffalo carp?
Never. It's my dream. I wanted to go down to Texas this
Awesome.
year, and life didn't give me the opportunity to go. And I'm very curious to know what that looks like in real.
Look up Austin.
How it is.
So do you know Austin Anderson, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say he's on your guys' team too. I think.
I think.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he's sponsored by Carpangler
Yeah, I'm not
too.
sure.
He's not with Carpangler, but I did contact him because I know that on Fork Lake and next to Dallas there is a couple of good lakes where there is a lot of 40s to 70 plus pound
Right.
swimming around,
Yeah.
I think he was
I had
buying
I had a
sponsored by-
46 when I was there. I had a 46 even and a 46 12. was there.
How is
Huge
it?
fish.
How is it compared with the carp? Same kind of bite, same kind of fight, same kind of texture when you hold it?
Right.
I mean, I can only speak for that lake, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like, I mean,
Uh-huh.
obviously in the Pay Lake, it's definitely a different fight, you
Yeah.
know, because they will explode, you know what I mean, and act totally different. But when we was there, it was like, you know, we caught a couple channel cats too, like some nice little 5-pounders, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
some nice eating size
So-
channels.
There was a couple times when we hooked up, like, because the water's so deep there, you know what I mean, in that lake.
Yeah.
And it just felt like sometimes when we was fighting until they came out of that deep, like it felt like we was still fighting. We was just pulling a channel out of the deep.
Wow.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, as soon as it comes up, you know, like off that bottom, you know, like it would just
gotta
be,
watch
it would
it.
just be that dead weight. You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's definitely. I would, if you have an opportunity to go, man, I would definitely get a hold of Austin. You know,
You know what? I will.
It's, I mean,
Yeah,
he'll
I
put you-
definitely will because I'm super curious about that.
It's definitely a once in a lifetime trip for sure. I mean, I'm not saying once in a lifetime like you can't never go back, but
But no,
you know
yeah,
what I mean, just to go there, you know, with,
to go
you
there's
know,
breathtaking.
with
yeah.
really, I mean, you're gonna have high expectations because you're seeing all the pictures that they're posting. You know what I mean? And you know, funny story. Me and Kenny Mack went. You know, so I told Kenny, I was like, man, man, I'm gonna let you have the first run. And he hit, and it was the biggest fish.
Right.
It was the biggest fish of the whole trip.
That's what
first
happens
run.
every time.
It was like 40. It was like 40. It was like 49 and some change.
Man.
Yeah. And it
Yeah,
was just
cool, huh? It's cool. So
beautiful.
imagine the exact same one,
Yeah.
but with two barbs like a carp.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
What
it.
is one of your dream lakes you would love to go to in the whole entire world? What's one of your dream lakes?
That you haven't already been to.
Yeah.
So I will tell you, I'm against pay lakes
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
for many reasons. And don't get me wrong, pay lakes in the US completely different from the concept of pay lakes in Europe.
Right.
But I'm against pay lakes because, okay, it's political problem. For a reason that is simple, is that originally the pay lakes did steal all the big fish from the public water.
Right.
So me, I always protected the fact that with $100 you have the right to fish my whole country, right?
Right.
And all the water, all the carp belongs to everyone. And then when those guys bought a small lake that is a 4-acre lake and start stealing everything around and put everything in his lake, and so that was the first problem. And my problem is I don't want private company or private people to buy back the water that belongs to everyone. You know. So
Right.
that's my problem with pay lakes. After the fact that people want to pay to fish for carp, and I really don't care that people do whatever they want. So that's why I say it's more political than something else, you know.
Right.
Everybody's different.
So
Yeah.
if I had to dream, I have many dreams. I think that I would love to have a great trip on Blackfoot Reservoir.
Blackfoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, something kind of aggressive when you have the right to catch some 30 plus in the middle with some big scales everywhere and stuff. So I will say that kind of exciting a little bit. Fishing for buffalo carp once will be pretty great. And because I'm against pay lake, I said to myself, if I fish for one, I want to fish the worst of all of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you do it well. You know what I mean? It's what it is.
Right.
So if you do it well, I would like to fish Euro Aqua.
Okay.
Euro Aqua is the abomination of carp fishing. It's, I mean, there is some guys that have a trip for 2 weeks and they caught, I don't know, 25 fish above 65 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Disgusting, you know?
Yeah.
The stuff that it's just impossible.
Right.
And I think, okay, if I do that, let's do something extreme like that. Like this, I will have tested what is the worst for me and the best in terms of pay lake in the world. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some like that. So that I say I would like to try one time because I will be stupid to never try anything, even though it's not what I want. I have to try one time and that's it. So let's try the worst. South Africa. I mean,
Yes, sir.
there is some stars in South Africa. I will be surprised. There is a
Yeah.
couple of guys in my contacts. When you see the picture of what they catch, wow!
Yeah.
Wow, it's
Is
it can traumatize you, you know.
Blackfoot? You can't chum in Blackfoot, can you?
I want to say that's, I don't know.
Is that one of those lakes
I do,
that?
because we had somebody on the show and they
Yeah.
had been there.
What was it? I think the Pass brothers and Alex and Carl, didn't they fish at Blackfoot? They did a video one time where they was fishing at Blackfoot, but they chummed. But you wasn't. But somebody
it wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, but they.
There is some places like that though.
Yeah, and it's really. I was really shocked that why can't you chum? You know?
Which is funny in reality because, let's say that in Blackfoot reservoirs there's so many carps.
Yeah.
That anyway you will never be able to chum enough to create any kind of pollution because your baits will be eaten before they even have the time to be rotten. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you more of a like a boilie fisher campaign type, or are you more of like a pack bait?
I know that's a very good question. I'm not a pack bait guy. I used to be a big, you say bolly chummer, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Because masturbator is not really what I want to use, you know what I mean? So yeah, I used to use a lot of bollies, really a lot. And since I'm in the US, because you know, I'm like everyone, I have a job, I don't have much time. When I go fishing, I don't have so many days in front of me. When I come back home, I'm a little bit tired, so I don't want to drive 2 hours to go to pre-bait, go back home and stuff like that. So now I more choose some techniques that allow me to get action pretty fast. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But if I go fishing for 3-4 days, 5 days, because I will say that you need 48 hours to reach the peak of activity when the carp come on your spot. So yeah, if I have the time in front of me, I like to heavily bait with bollies. Yeah.
Boilies, gotcha.
Yeah.
Is there a certain,
Otherwise, if I don't do that,
brand?
plastic baits.
Is there a certain brand of boilies you like to use?
Probably the Carpangler boilies. Now that he's with
that is a little bit so, but in reality, I did make a lot of boilies when I was in my 20s.
Okay.
Then after, I have sponsor for over 20 years now, so I usually use the boilies from my sponsor. We live in a world now where even the bollie makers that make boilies that are cheap,
yeah,
they are still way better than whatever we were making in the 90s. So industrial boilies and from the sponsor that I have usually, you know, unless it's really bad, and usually it's not my sponsor because I will not accept to promote something that you know, I will tell you, I have what matters to me is the passion and the people. That's something very important for me.
Yes, sir.
And in reality, I don't need any sponsor. I don't need any of that. I have done my stuff for that. So whatever I do is because I believe that is the right thing to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes, sir.
So if I had a sponsor that were selling boilies that are bad, 1 for the fish, 2 for the anglers, I will never go sign for something like that because it will go against what I believe anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you the boilies in other countries and the boilies here in the United States? Do you see a big difference between both those boilies, and why?
Well, not really, because I will tell you. I had the opportunity to use the boilies from a couple of brands, to see the boilies from a couple of brands.
Yeah.
I think that overall, except one, maybe, or one that is less than the others, overall it's pretty decent, you know. And in reality, most of the people that are making boilies in the US that I met,
right.
Maybe there is some people that I didn't meet and I don't know what I'm talking about, but for the people that I met, they're all Europeans coming with recipe from Europe.
Yeah.
It's nothing. So, you know, it's very funny because today to create something new in terms of carp baits,
Okay.
I mean, how can you do that? I think that every flavor has been created and mixed together 35 years ago already. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have seen
we're still
boilies made
behind.
with the flavor
Yeah,
of
we are
weed.
really behind.
Say it again?
I say, yeah, I say here in the United States, we are kind of behind on carp fishing.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't have the business behind.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the media and all of that didn't promote the money. If you put the money, when the money comes, everything comes.
Mm-hmm.
So in reality, yes, carp fishing came later because there is no interest. If you go in France, for example, and you go in a fishing store, 70% of the store is carp fishing, and every store is like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it's where the money is.
Right.
Because when you buy a pack of bollies of 1 kilo, so 2 pounds, it's $15, and there is 100 of them everywhere on the wall. There is rods everywhere on the wall. There is BVs. There is, you know what I mean? Here in the US, because the money was not here, I guess that all the people that have the influence and that are able to promote something, they promote bow fishing, they promote bass fishing. They don't promote carp because compared to fishing with a bow and arrow, there is no money. So why would they create? You understand what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But if tomorrow you change that, I promise you that the US within 5 years is the equivalent of Europe. There is no difference.
Yeah, I agree. It's you know, a lot of the ideas that I've thrown around, you know, it's just the lack of, you know, money and funds behind everything to get it going. Is
Right.
if we had, you know, some billionaire that just showed up into the carp scene and said, "All right, guys, here you go, blank check." You know, we would.
That's
You
it.
know, everything would be
Yeah.
extremely more popular just because of the money.
The only mistake, and that I will tell you, is the language in reality, is that the influence for carp fishing in the US, from what I have seen, is really based on what happened in the UK, right? The problem is that UK and America are the complete opposite in terms of carp fishing.
Okay.
In UK, you mainly fish in pay lakes. You need to try to have an approach that is super complex to catch a fish that has been caught 100 times. That, you know what I mean?
Right.
In the US, it's the opposite. In the US, you are the first one to come and to cast in the river. So I will say that the influence, the techniques, what I see time to time in terms of how the people think about their rig, the approach, how to fish, and it's based on a country that speaks the same language, but the techniques are not appropriate for the situation here. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Because here it's brand new. Here you come, you don't care the size of your hook, you don't care about anything, put baits in the water, you'll catch everything. You know what I mean? In UK, you do that, there is no fish in front of you forever, it's finished. You understand what I mean? But if you
Right,
come
yeah.
here to fish with a plastic bait, pink color, 8 millimeters, with a hook number 4, you are exactly where you should not be.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I definitely, and I'm somebody that does it a lot. I definitely overcomplicate my baiting approach, my rigs sometimes, and then what catches the fish is just the
Simple thing.
2 pieces of corn on a hair rig.
Yeah, that or bodies or everything. The biggest challenge here for me is the turtle. That we don't have in
Turtles.
Europe. We have some turtle, but not like here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Turtle
what
nerve.
time to times force me to adapt myself. But otherwise, every water that I fished here, yeah. I mean, the carps, they are not difficult. They eat. If you find where they are, where they feed, if you give them food, you catch them. You know what I mean? They don't try your baits. They don't have stress. They don't, you know. You fish St. Cassien Lake, for example. The noise of a boat. There is no carp for 3 days on your swim. It's finished. Just the noise of a boat.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here, you don't care. They are here.
No,
You catch
yeah.
them. You know what I mean?
So as soon as the boat goes by, you get to run.
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually love in some of the little canals and creeks and stuff that I fish when either a paddle boat will go by or, you know, people in a kayak goes by and I'm like, all right, they're getting stirred up, I'm about to get a bite, and then sure enough, 5 minutes later, ding.
Just behind. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, what's your opinion on carp seeing color? Or what colors do you think that they possibly see the most?
Ooh.
I like that.
I will tell you. I have my personal beliefs that are based on nothing else than what I want to believe. I don't have a scientific fact. I will believe that when it's not deep, something that is flashy can create a difference as long as it's not at the bottom, right? So if you fish kind of half of an inch above the bottom with something flashy, I can believe that you can create a lure, you know.
Okay.
Flashy.
I caught carp on boilies that are black, yellow, red, blue, whatever, you know. I do believe that the most important, the color matters if you are in, how you say that, luring, you can say luring mode.
Okay.
Try to lure the fish, try to
Right.
use a lure, not a bait, but a lure, you know.
Right.
That I will believe that you may have an impact. If your strategy is based on, how you say that, educating the fish like a dog,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
The
Training
color
them.
doesn't matter, the rig doesn't matter, nothing matters. In reality, if you are able to educate a fish properly, they don't care. You do whatever you want. It's the way, the bait that you use, the quality of the bait that you use, the strategy that you put in place, and the time that you use. That defines everything. If you are able to put that in place properly, then whatever you use, the hook, you don't care. They don't see anything, they will never see anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because I'm someone who believes more in that, I don't really pay attention to the color of the baits that I use. I will say that like that. And I also, when you take the scientific experiences, you find out that yard after yard, every color become completely different in reality. You know?
Right.
So I don't really pay attention to that. Really.
Yeah, I like that. I like, there's baits that you want to do different stuff with,
Yeah.
depending on what you want to do. And I kind of haven't thought of it like that until, it's been brought up.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any questions you may have for us?
Do I have any question? Why do you like carp fishing?
The strength. I like the fight. I
Yeah.
like it's like the next biggest fish you could actually get than what you get from an ocean or something.
I love it. It's become a passion for me, really, just from doing it from,
Right.
like you said, like I started when I was like between 10 and 12,
Yeah.
and
Right.
I've fished pay lakes my whole life. I've just really,
Mhm.
over the last 10, 15 years, as I got older, started getting more curious and venturing out, and then going to some of these bigger tournaments like in New York, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely turned into a passion, for
Yeah.
sure. You know
I
what
like,
mean?
I don't know, I was just out there, catfishing, bass fishing every day.
Same.
I had the spots on the river where I'd pull up every day and, okay, let's catch this bass from here. Okay, now we turn, let's catch him from here. And I just kind of got bored of that. And, the adventure of going out and scouting the river for the carp. Oh, they're here one day, they're not going to be here the next day. Okay,
Yeah.
let's bait them over here. Just the amount of effort that you can put into the fish and then be able to actually produce something beautiful. And then once you do produce the fish, the amount of care that is actually put into,
Yeah.
not only showing off, but maintaining the health of the fish and
Yeah.
the diet of the fish. And just really the community and the adventure is really what got me into it.
Yeah, if I have the right to add something,
Yeah.
Of course.
when people ask me why I like to fish for carp, because carp fishing is the only discipline, which is like playing chess. You see that?
Yes.
So in reality, to catch one carp, it's not complex, but to really fish for carp, to target a category of fish, there is a real strategy behind.
Right.
Carp is a fish that have an attitude that is very different from the other fish. It can be a predator, but originally it's not a predator, it's a bottom feeder. So to really fish for carp, to get a real result, and I don't talk about fishing in the Seneca River and having 15 bites per day, because I talk about really targeting something specific.
Right.
It's something you need to understand the weather, you understand where they pass by, you understand where they feed, when they survive, when they hide, where they sleep, when they rest, how things work, what they can eat, how to remove all the stress, how to accumulate, play with the small to get the big, how to make sure that the big turn around, how to make sure that you can keep up your swim, and then now you change your strategy, you target a different size of fish, you catch them, you are going to restart everything, you need to get rid of a population, another one has stress, you have to replace it. It's if you really go aggressive, to try to leave something special and to do it at top of the line. Carp fishing, super complex, it's super interesting in reality.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It really is.
Yeah.
And he looks at it. He looks at it in that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like that. Like that. Like that.
Does anybody out there watching right now have any questions for Raphael?
I got a couple of did.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed the conversation that we've had. We're gonna have to, if it's all right with you, we're gonna have to get you on here again here pretty soon.
Yeah, he's very
He's-
knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Like,
I would love to see you come to the Carp Expo here in Indiana. I think it'd be great just sitting down and talking to you and all that kind
yeah,
of stuff.
it'd be nice to have him as a guest
Why not?
speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. It was super cool for having me.
Yeah.
I'm very pleased, to have the right to share all of that with you guys, to meet people that like what I like as well, and it's super cool, super cool.
So, all right. Well, you guys got any more
think-
questions?
No.
I think I'm questioned out for right
Yeah,
now.
I
Until
mean-
I'm gonna have to go home and write a whole list
think
of
about it,
questions to
'cause
ask.
He's spit
Yeah.
some knowledge out there. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Raphael, I really appreciate you coming to our show. I think
Thank you.
It was awesome to talk to you, especially learning some stuff overseas that you brought over here, some knowledge to the United States. I think you did. That's great. I love how big the carp that you caught. That's amazing.
I still think
Thank
it's
you.
cool. I like to see some of the pictures,
Yeah.
of like them 50s and 60s he was
Yeah.
talking about. You know what I mean?
Well, have a look at my Facebook or something like that. You will see there is a couple of them.
Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, then you'll probably be blessed with some of those pictures that James has put in there.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, well, hold on. We got a couple questions here, real quick.
Yes, please.
So here goes one from Shane Corey. As a matter of fact, I just talked to Shane earlier today. Beginner here. What is a couple of things that all the big players agree you need for the short?
This I want to say he's probably
I
thinking
think it was sport, yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
forgot P.
sport.
Okay, so as a beginner, what are a couple things that you need?
There's two things. There is what you need for your set, and because a line, a hook, and a bait. Okay, that's it. Right? So after you choose the hook that you want, you choose the line that you want, you choose the bait that you want. What matters the most is the confidence. It really changes everything. Believe in what you do.
Yes.
You go fishing, you don't catch anything.
Right.
Don't think you're a loser, it's not for you. Believe in what you do. The confidence changes everything. I do believe in the spirit. I do believe in you having your influence on everything that you do around of you, and believing in what you do even though it doesn't work. It's very important. Believe in what you do. That's the most important for a beginner, because when you're a beginner, you dream about big achievement.
Right.
And of course, you are a beginner, so you are not going to have a big achievement. That's the way it works.
Right.
We got
Don't give
another-
up. Don't give up, because you are going to get it. You are going to understand why, and you are going to find the solution. The problem is your swim, what you live. I don't know it. I have my own experience, my own stuff, and the place that you fish has its own specificity. So I don't want to tell you something that doesn't make sense, because it might apply to me and will not apply to you.
Oh,
But one thing that
Right.
applies to everyone is to believe in what you are doing.
Yep. Kenny Mack has a question. He wants to know if you have experienced a difference in shoal sizes between France and here.
Say it again. I didn't understand the question. I'm sorry.
I
This is
kind of
Kenny.
bush-mouthed. I'm sorry. Have you experienced a difference in shoal sizes? So like the number of carp in the school from France to the United States?
Oh, it's the same. I fish some places in the US where there is not so many fish, and I fish some places where wherever you cast, you get a bite. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And in France, it's the same. I fish some places where it's a little bit technical. It's difficult for me to explain that. But yes, I fish some places in France for very big fish, because there is only a couple of fish in a lake.
Right.
And the fish have all the food that they need, everything that they need to become enormous without any competition. And I fish other places where the goal to be able to catch a very big fish is to catch 100 of them, because one in the middle is going to be very big. So I think it's everywhere the same, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
Cool to know.
Scott Cobb says, what size boilies does he like to use? So what size boilies do you like to use?
So the problem is not the size of the bodies, the problem is the size of the fish. You have to take it reverse. Because if you fish a lake with only 2 fish and both fish are above 40 pounds, whatever size of bodies you use, you are going to catch a 40 pound if you catch something. You understand what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the way to think. I will say that 20 and 24 millimeters are standard bodies, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. If you have a lot of fish that are kind of 10, 15 pounds, they can bite on a 24 millimeter bodies anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we see that 20, 24, and use smaller than that to cut and put around, because a big fish needs to eat a lot. So a big fish spends a lot of time on the swim eating. It's mathematic, right? So you have to keep it around. I will prefer to fish with 20 millimeter or 24 on the hook and take 15 millimeters, cut them in half, put them everywhere around. Like this, there is more bites.
Okay.
For it to find food and to stay longer. Like this, at the end, loses this stress, and I catch it.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Any last buzzer beater questions? Doesn't look like anybody's going to get any in there.
Nope.
Like we were saying, I do greatly appreciate
Oh,
your
yeah.
time.
Great to have
this
you on
is-
the show.
Yeah,
Definitely want
for
to have
sure.
you on the show again. Let me know how things goes with carpangler.com and, and if they're treating you okay.
But you know what? I will do what my sponsor is asking from me. I will tell you, come to visit the website.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like this,
Yeah.
you will have a better idea, and you will contribute to the carp fishing world in America.
Nice.
One more time, and it's really honest.
Yeah.
The boss of carpangler.com really do it very seriously.
Yes.
Yeah, very.
It's a
very
serious
cool.
website with serious people around.
Mm-hmm.
You receive your stuff fast. It's packed properly. He made sure
Very
that the
fast.
shipping is not expensive, because all the others in America are killing you on the shipping,
Yeah.
which Carpangler doesn't do, which allows you to have an access to plenty of things,
$5 shipping.
and it's easy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
$5 flat
Right.
shipping. Yeah, it's amazing. It allows
Whether
you to
it's
actually.
2 pounds or 20 pounds, I think
Yeah.
it's $5 shipping.
Since it's only $5 shipping, you know that going in, you're like, okay, I can buy another thing of this, or I can buy another
Yeah.
bag of boilies because I'm saving $13-14 on shipping. So it's actually
Yeah.
very, very nice.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's. People should take advantage of that. It's here for that.
Mhm.
Well, all right,
All right.
Raphael.
Well,
Appreciate
thank
you,
you.
brother.
Appreciate you stopping by.
I think that's gonna be the show.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
that's it. End of the show. So, we're way over our time, and I had a great time
Yeah, I
talking
was
to you.
just saying we ran late, but it was a great one.
Yeah.
I didn't have any problem
Yeah.
running late.
So-
Very, like you said, he's very knowledgeable.
Yeah, I can say
And
that
it's
for another
okay.
hour and a half.
And it's okay, because now there is no taxes on overtime. Am I right?
Yeah, there you go. All right. Thanks a lot, Raphael.
Thanks,
Have
Raphael.
a
We
great
appreciate
night,
you
brother.
stopping by, brother.
All right, bye.
Guys, thank you very much. It was awesome. Thank you.
He knows a lot.
Yeah,
He knows
very,
his
very
stuff.
But they're a
knowledgeable.
lot more, like, they're more like, not like us, because I'm not a bass fisherman, but you think about how much a bass fisherman puts into, like, getting to know the bass and their beds and,
Right. see,
when they go on spawn, blah, blah, blah.
and that's
you
where
know
I
what
came
mean?
from, so that's kind of what I like to do with the carp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
But they're really into it.
yeah. I
Well,
love it.
Hey, guys, March 29th,
Yeah,
the
don't
Carp
forget.
Expo.
March
Don't forget.
29th.
It's about a month away, a little over a month.
Still got a couple tables available,
Still
too.
got some
People are
tables.
trying to come in.
Yep, lots of vendors, lots of anglers are coming to this event all over
Yeah.
the states.
Yeah, everybody will be there. Joe Lutz will be there. Mike Thornburg, Big Bunny Beepers, all the flavor companies.
This
will
thing's
be
getting
there.
bigger and bigger each year. It gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
and I never really heard ever anybody complain except for back in 2023 where we ran on chili.
Yeah.
Real fast.
Yeah.
And besides that,
Well, I think 2022 though, because we didn't get to
Yeah,
really have it.
that was the
because
Great
of-
Depression of the
because
chili.
of COVID. No, that was the Great Depression of COVID.
Oh, that was 2020.
Well, yeah, it was 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
COVID
Yeah.
was already 4 years ago. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think this time flies.
Yeah, it does.
Just seems like not too long ago. But
All
again,
right, thank
great
you guys
show.
for watching.
Great
Yeah,
show.
before we trail off, start
Yeah.
talking about chili and
Yeah, we gotta go.
how old we are, stuff like that.
But
All right, well, we appreciate everybody. We appreciate all of everybody that helps us. Carpangler, Big Money Beepers, Carpet Commando, the Ultimate Bait Boat,
Yeah, shout out West Coast Bait
Boats.
Boats.
Yep.
Bottom feeder
James from
baits.
Bottom Feeder Baits.
USA Carp Guide. Shout out to USA Carp Guide.
Yeah.
If you do
American Banks
American
too
Banks.
for them
Yeah,
coming
shout
in.
out.
You know what I mean? Hey, go follow them too, man.
Daniel just put it up.
Team Fish
Dan-
Fighters.
yeah,
Yeah.
Daniel just put out a nice video out yesterday.
Thank you very much.
Uh,
I would like to say if you were looking at trips for USA Carp Guide,
Yeah.
I would get in as soon as you can because we are starting to fill up pretty quick. So just want you to be able to get a spot if you want a spot. So.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so that's it.
Well, we appreciate everybody.
Right
Thanks
on.
for tuning
All right,
in.
Thank
good
you
show,
very
guys.
much, everyone. Have a great night.